Hey guys, Terry here with the Forest Farm Project. Today we're going to be working on my wife's Jeep Grand Cherokee. It's a 1998. Originally my wife said, hey, my belt's squealing from time to time when I crank the Jeep up or when the air kicks on and off. Well, instantly I'm thinking something going on with the air compressor. Maybe the compressor's going bad and it's locking up. Maybe it's just dragging and getting old. Maybe there's a worn bearing or something. So Brian and I came out here and cranked the Jeep up. Sure enough, it started squealing right away. He was cycling the air compressor on and off, and it would squeal when the air compressor come on, and the belt would kind of almost jump off the pulleys because it got under a lot of heavy torque, it seemed like. So it was obviously not tracking properly, or just grabbing and jumping, vibrating. So we thought, yeah, we got a compressor problem. And I talked to a buddy of mine who does heating and air, and I thought the compressor would cycle on and off if it was low pressure, because it's got a low pressure switch and a high pressure switch. And we thought maybe that had something to do with it, the compressor just being low, dragging, whatever. He agreed. We actually bought some Freon, went to charge it up, and it was on the low side. There's an area of low, then a good zone, and then overfilled zone. We were on the low side of the good zone, but it wasn't low. So that right there said, probably not the compressor, but we're on the low side of that. Let's go ahead and shoot some Freon in. So we did. Problem did not cure. And we looked at the belt, looked at the pulleys, everything in here, and everything seemed good. Well, I was standing here looking over the engine, and it was running and squealing, and Brian was standing off to the side. And when he did, he said, Dad, that pulley right there doesn't look like it's lined up properly. And sure enough, it's cockeyed sideways, and this is your power steering pump. So we get to looking at this pulley, and it's crooked. When the air conditioner kicks on, the belt starts jumping around, but we're thinking if this thing's not tracking properly, it's when the compressor comes on, there's more torque on the system. It's having to put out more energy, so that extra torque was causing this belt to grab the edge of this pulley. And now it's going to be hard to see this. We're going to need a flashlight, Brian. You got your cell phone. Good deal. Can you see it?
I'm working on it.
Let me run to the truck and get the flashlight.
It's just hard to get the camera to see it. There we go.
Okay, so you got it?
Well, I had it. If you can see that line right in the middle of my light is the mounting bracket for the power steering pump. And that mounting bracket broke.
Yeah, can you see the brake?
Just barely.
Okay, let me see that light once.
Much better.
Yes, I think I can get it in here for you. Okay, see the crack?
Yep.
Can I get my hand down there and point at it without blocking the camera?
Right up in there.
Right up there where I'm
Yeah.
pointing, can you see?
Yep.
And it definitely, the bracket cracked. And it's mounted with 3 bolts go into the engine block or the head, I think, or somewhere in there. We hadn't had it off yet, so I can't tell exactly. It looks like it's going into the head. And that mounts the bracket to the engine. Then there's 3 bolts on the power steering pump that mount it to the bracket. One of those is what broke, is it not? One of those corners broke off. It's a lightweight piece of aluminum that they've mounted that thing with. Now it's 20 years old, so it held up, but apparently it was a defective part in the long run, because I'm reading online and whatnot where bunches of people have had this same problem. So Brian did some research, and he found out that this bracket is no longer available. They don't sell it through Jeep. You'd either have to go to the junkyard or fabricate one yourself, which wouldn't be that hard to do. We could do it. We were going to buy a 1/4-inch piece of solid steel, make it the same shape, drill the holes out for the mounting to the engine, then drill and tap some more holes for the mounting of the compressor or the pump to the bracket, put some spacers on it to get the proper thicknesses. Wouldn't have been that hard to do. But Brian got online and got to looking, and he found where there's a guy in California, Irving, California, Mark McKenzie, I think, that machines these things himself at home. And he went ahead and did some research, and every review he could find was these things are top notch. The one on this engine's made out of aluminum. It's cast aluminum. So it's not the strongest thing in the world. And as thin as they've made that, when we get it out, you'll look at it and see it seems lightweight and flimsy to me. And it broke, and they're breaking all over the place as I get older, especially. This one here that Brian found and ordered for $35, well worth the money. We don't know this guy, we don't know nothing about him, but we do know after buying this that thing is solid as a rock, man. I mean, this is some solid stuff, and this is made from billet aluminum. It's a good solid chunk of aluminum, and they've made it very sturdy.
It weighs probably a half a pound.
Yeah, I'm thinking that it's oriented like this, and that's the one that's broke. Would you think?
It's something like that. We'll see when we get it off of there for sure.
Yeah, but anyway, one of these is broken, and one thing I really like is made in USA. So that makes me real happy. But this thing is solid. I'm excited. I can't wait to put it on here. It's going to be good.
And it's just pretty.
It is. It's pretty. Look at it.
All right, let's get to it.
Yep. Alrighty, so set that bad boy up there. Throw that out of the way. First off, you got to take your belt off, and this is a what was
That was a 15 millimeter.
15 millimeter, and we got a 1/2 inch drive ratchet here, and you can push
Loosen
like
the
that.
idler pulley.
And that's that is your idler pulley. It's right in front of your oil stick, and this is on
A 98 Grand Cherokee.
5.2 liter.
5.2 liter engine.
Yeah. So anyway, loosen that bad boy up. Pop that off of there. We're loose. And I could feed this belt out of here and get it out of my way, but it's already around all these pulleys where it goes. And the only thing we're going to be doing is changing this bracket. So why not just pull it off of this pulley, get it out of our way, and leave it down there on the bottom where it's so hard to get to, hopefully. If we can get it to stay out of the way. There we go. I think it'll stay there. Yes. Now this hose, I'm going to put my little glivers on because I don't know how much antifreeze is going to come out of there. But,
Channel locks are behind you.
yeah. I could work around this thing. But for video's purposes, it's going to be a little bit tough. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this hose off of here, hopefully, without too much trouble. And hopefully, we're a little low on antifreeze in there so it doesn't run out on me. If I can get a hold of the clamp and hold on to it. There we go. Get off of there. There we go. Get that off of there. See if we can pull it off. Man, that's just coming right off.
Awesome.
See how much water runs out. Please none. A little bit. Let's see what we're going to get to catch that with. So we're going to stuff these rags down there. Maybe they'll catch most of the antifreeze. These are just old rags that we've used and gotten them nasty over time. Let's see what happens here. Might be a bunch of it run out. I might throw that hose back on there if it keeps on pouring out. Yay! With just a drizzle. I thought it was going to be low enough.
That's always good, and stuff one in it.
Yeah. Good idea. Keep that stuff from dripping all over me.
And keep dirt from getting in it.
Yep. Now, where can we push this bad boy? That looks like that was made for that, don't it?
Sure.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. All right, we're down to the pump already.
So now we can see this bad boy.
Let's see what we got to do to get this off of here. Now, look over here. You can see that this pulley has holes. You need a flashlight. Pulley has holes right here. And like this bolt right here, I'm going to have to take it out because it holds this pump. There's one right there, and there's one on the bottom, I think. Yeah, you can't see it, and I'm not going to be able to show it to you, but it's straight down from this one below, and we can show it to you when we get it off the car. But all three of those bolts line up with these holes. So you can turn this pulley wherever you need it, stick your socket through the hole in the pulley, and crank her down. And I'm looking at that, and I'm thinking, 14 millimeter, 13 millimeter, what do you think? So we figured out this is a 13 millimeter, and we want to take it off. So stick it through the hole. Can you see? Let's stick it through the hole. You can stick it through that hole right there. It's bend it up there to the bolt, and start turning it. And we haven't drained the pump here. I'm thinking that we're not going to have a problem with that pump as far as fluid coming out of it. We shouldn't. We're just going to replace that bracket. Hopefully we can move the pump out of the way if these hoses allow us to flex it. I can't get a hold of that thing. That fan shroud's really in the way, but I do not want to disassemble that whole thing. And that might be one bolt out. Not quite. Back through the hole. And turn a little more. This is where one of those air wrenches with the socket on it would be handy. We'll pull that bolt right out the hole of the pulley. And that is one bolt out. Next one's going to be around the side here. You know what? I might go for the bottom one first, because if it gets in a bind, I can see what's going on here. I can't see that bottom. I probably should have hit it first. Either way, we're going to get it now. Now, this is going to be guesswork. Wow, I hit that booger right on the nose. Just like a pro. You see all right? Oh, yeah. She's coming loose, too. Look at that. Wow. Only 2 bolts loose and it's already falling loose. That thing was broke. It had that broken completely while she was driving, this would have ended up possibly in that engine fan, and no telling what would have got destroyed. We probably would have needed a new power steering pump, new fan, new belt, possibly other things getting banged up in there. Hoses broke, who knows. Thank God we got it figured out before it was too late. I don't know if that thing's getting loose enough or not. Wow, that thing's... It was worse than we thought, right?
Yeah, it's broke completely in two.
Yeah, it was worse than we thought. Why didn't I leave that on that bolt while I had it? All right, there we go. Actually, I just realized, if you get just left of the center of this, or the edge of this pump, you can see the very edge of that bolt. So, if you're working on it, just remember, get over on the left edge and look down there, and you might be able to see it. I think I got it loose now. Let me get you around there and see them. Pull out, whoa. So,
the whole bracket broke in half.
Yeah, it broke completely in half. Boy, we got lucky that didn't go any worse than it did.
Yeah, we did.
We are very lucky. That thing was ready to go. One more break. That bolt and that other bolt was all that was holding it together.
Wow.
Very lucky.
You can't, man.
Let me try and get this other bolt out. Well, I'll just leave it on there.
Well, you've got to get that one off.
I might have to move this air cleaner out of my way. I can't quite get it out of there. Okay, let me see if I can slide the bolt out. We're going to try and do this without taking it any further apart than we have to. Hey, I got lucky that stayed lined up. 2. We got to get this other bolt off of this bracket. And it's going to have to be done. Thank you. I've got my third hand over here.
Cameraman comes in real handy.
Oh, man, what you talking about? Hold on to it.
Got it.
Okay, ready?
Yep. There you go.
Of course, that had to be the tightest one, didn't it?
Of course. It's all good.
This is insane, though, isn't it? We're very lucky. That bracket was bad. You know, well, just seems like, why have a bracket to mount a pump? Why not let the pump have its own built-in bracket like old days?
Because they probably utilize this pump for multiple vehicles.
Maybe so. There you go. That's what it is. Why you want to be so smart?
Makes life easier.
Yeah. Okay. I gotta get that thing turning now. Yay, boy.
Yeah.
I think we're just about loose. Feel like it come loose? Yeah.
Getting there, yeah.
Okay.
And that plate's going to drop off too.
Well, I'm not sure. Okay, that's the 3 main bolts holding that pump on.
Grab that
Now-
plate. Oh, it just came loose and stayed there. There's half of our wonderful plate.
That flimsy
Pot metal,
pot metal
garbage.
tinny piece of junk. We don't like it too much.
No.
Okay, now can I set this down there? No. That pump's gonna be in my way. We're just going to have to work around it.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Oh, yep. Okay, it can be moved out of your way a little bit. It's just gonna be tough. I'm gonna have to work under it.
Okay.
Okay. Now, those are bigger bolts. 14?
Yeah, 14,
Maybe
maybe 15.
We'll see. Okay, guys, now we've switched over. We've got a 14 millimeter socket on here. And we're going to remove this factory bracket and install a phenomenal new bracket we got from Mark McKenzie from
Irvine, California.
So, let's see if I can get in there and get that thing. Urgh.
Those are a little more solid, aren't they?
Yeah, I got to get down there. That's the problem. I can't get 2 hands in there with that pump. Pull that pump in your way for a second. Okay. There we go. Amazingly, not tight at all. I mean, look at that.
Wow. It's probably a 1/2 inch bolt.
I don't know, it turned easy. It turned simply easy. Whoa, all kinds of stuff.
That power steering bracket shattered.
It busted up in a couple different pieces. Look at that. There's another piece of it. So this was the bottom bolt. I'm sure they're all the same. Let's see, that was the one that was way down there. We'll do a little comparison. We'll take some pictures of this and show you guys the difference in
Yeah, what all happened here.
the original factory parts and this new part that this guy's making. And I'm gonna tell you, man, Mark, if you happen to see this video, thank you. You are selling these things at a steal, and they are
Looks like very good quality.
phenomenal. See if I can turn that by hand. Pull that pump up just a little bit more, please.
Yep.
There we go.
As much as
I got it in there. Yes. Okay. These bolts, once you get them broke loose, they just pull right out. Really easy. I couldn't believe it. So here's the other chunk of bracket. That thing, I don't know why the thing was staying on there.
That is unbelievable.
It was a miracle that it stayed together. You know what? The way it's broken at angles,
It was a puzzle sticking together.
it was holding it together because you could move it. I mean, it's a miracle that it stayed on there.
Yeah.
Can't believe it. Oh, we got another bolt. There's
Yeah.
another piece of it up there.
Yep.
I did that with one hand straight down, so you know that wasn't tight.
Yeah, remember that when you put them back.
Yeah. Don't try and muscle tighten them.
Yeah.
I'll use nice words. Can you see all right?
Yep.
Now, looks like all the bolts. Oh, there's the other part. That
Yep.
thing just fell to pieces. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. And hold on. First off, I want to say this. When you pull this, look here.
Huh?
These are all 4 identical bolts.
3.
3.
He can't count very well.
I ain't real bright. These are all 3. These are all 3 identical parts.
The 3 bracket mounting bolts and the 3 pump mounting bolts are all identical.
So you don't have to worry about marking which one goes where. They're all the same thing. So we're good on that. All right. Man, that was quick and easy.
As you can see here, when we reassemble this puzzle, we have 4 individual pieces. And let me get that lined up. Thank you. We are missing an entire piece.
Big chunk.
And when you look at this one was holding the bracket to the engine. This one was holding the bracket to the engine. This one was holding the bracket to the pump.
Because 2 pump screws went in here.
This is the only screw or only piece that was holding bracket to engine and bracket to pump. That pump was being held on by this one little piece.
Amazing.
It's a miracle that thing didn't just destroy this entire underneath when it should have flown off of there.
Yeah. But, Hey, it's good. Okay.
That's it. Let's get this bad boy in here.
Yeah, take it to your mommy.
Take all these pieces. They go over there.
Don't lose them.
Yeah. Valuable pieces.
Now the fun begins. How was this supposed to go in here? Well, how does it align? It's got to go like that because
You had that one really low screw.
that's got to go like that.
Okay, so let me
Can't go
see
any
it.
other way, can it? Nope, can't go
Nope.
that way. Can't go that way. It has to go with the long point down. So, with what is that?
That is where belt melted.
It looks like it, don't it?
Yep.
That's what was causing the squeal. The belt literally built up on this pulley. Look at that. A little piece of rubber. So, that's amazing.
Might need to put a new belt on this thing soon.
Well, I'm thinking that it looks good.
Got a couple of wear spots, but nothing too bad.
Just that outer edge because it was crooked.
Yeah.
We might let it ride and see how it goes.
All right.
They're pretty tough belts.
Put
So
this on
again, this pattern only lines up with the pump this direction. So the long nose point goes down and these two go sideways. And
Let's see if I can get that out of your way.
let me start out with a bolt here. Might have to reach under that pump. It goes somewhere. Watch it not fit.
That would be funny.
Yeah, it would. Not really though. It goes like that. Okay.
And I'd say taking that radiator hose off definitely helped.
Yes. Not just so we can film, but made it much easier.
Your arm wouldn't go there right now very well with me holding this pump here.
None of this would happen. Radiator hose must come loose.
Yep.
Okay, make sure you still have your washers on there. I don't think they come off actually. Let's see if this one lines up. We're going to need to move it. Where we go? Right there. This thing's turned amazingly easy. That really
That's
surprises me. And don't get them too tight till you get them all in. Put that last one in there. Can you see where I'm going?
Yep.
That way they're all lined up good. Bracket has very little play. I don't think it's really an issue where it's at. I guess I'd pull it away from there a little bit just so you make sure you have plenty of clearance for your pump. You know, pull it out away from the center of the engine if you would do anything with that excess play. That one's snug, snug, and snug as a bug in a rug. Ratchet it back on there, maybe. Oh, it's hard to get my hands down in here. I can only get one hand in there at a time. That's all there is to it. Whoops. The ratchet's not ratcheting.
Helps turn it the other direction.
No. It's just getting locked up. Let me check it out. It's working. Well, I got that in there.
Don't break it.
Well, I always like to over tighten things.
I know. As do I.
We really need torque wrenches. We got a bad habit of putting the muscle to it.
Yep. Is it 2 already?
That's 2. Putting number 3 on in a second. We'll have this thing running
I'll get this out of the way.
in no time.
That third one is right here
The third nipple.
in a very bad location.
Hold this a second. Thank
Got
you,
it.
sir. Yeah. There we go. There we go. Why did we do that sooner?
I don't know. Don't bend the
Yeah.
pump hose.
It's moving easily. Oh, that's way harder than I had to turn to get them off of there, so I'm sure they're not coming loose.
Yeah.
Okay.
Up next, long bolts.
But these go through the pulley. I'm going to put the top one in just because it'll be the easiest one to find.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that should go right there.
Yeah. I think I'll start by just sticking a socket on it and twisting it with my fingers so we don't strip it out. Man, that lined up, didn't it? Or did it?
Looks like it's going in.
We're good, man. We're good. Maybe not.
Yeah, it's in there.
Is it? Awesome.
No,
Okay.
yeah, it is.
Well, it's just got a long
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and get all three started with it really loose because it's going to be hard.
I'd do that next one up top as well.
Yeah, do the ones you can see first. That way the third one's going to be awfully close. If you get two in, that means it's almost perfectly lined up for the
Yeah.
other one. I mean, you might have a little bit of play there, but. And let's look down there. Got it. I think it's in there. Can't quite get it to move. There we go. Have to wiggle it a little bit. The alignment seems to be extremely good on these. They're lining right up. Like I said, these things seem to be very well aligned. He did a good job of getting his bolt centers properly positioned. Everything is just going right together. Now let's see if we can get this third bolt in that mysteriously hidden spot down here. Ooh, I should have stuck that bolt in there first. No, yeah, I should have.
And it's on the floor down there somewhere.
I'll get it. Oh, I'm getting too old for this stuff. Okay, here we go. That spinny pulley messes with me. Ah, I think I found it. Yep,
All right.
pretty sure. Well, it went in a hole. Let's hope it's the right one. Whoops.
If it threads, you're good.
Man, this is just going right together. Now let's not get excited and crank the truck without putting that radiator hose back on.
We can try it.
Or Jeep, rather. This is a 5.2 liter. I believe that makes it a 318 cubic inch motor. And I'm sure that they're probably all going to have the same bracket during the same years. I don't know exactly when.
What I've read, this bracket will work with 5.2 liter and 5.9 liter engines.
Ah, okay, 5.2 or 9. And it's a Chrysler engine, so you're going to
It'll probably work on your Durangos,
trucks.
a multitude of vehicles from the, say, 96 to 2000 era on Chrysler models and Dodge.
But I'm telling you, the way this guy put this bracket together, I would be tempted to beg him to make a bracket for any vehicle I had.
Yeah.
And I would trust that it would be perfect.
Yeah.
This guy deserves to be a billionaire off his business. Because you don't find good quality these days that often.
No, not at a reasonable price.
Yeah, that's the thing. He's really, this is fair. He's just trying to do people right here.
He must love Jeeps.
Or maybe he just loves people. That one's getting snug. Let's get back up on these others and get them snugged up too before I go tight with it. Don't, you know, get them all close. See if I can hold that thing. Put pressure on its socket so it don't keep spinning on me. Okay, that one's getting snug. Let me get this final bolt here. If I can get my... That's loose, real loose. Let me turn that on some more by hand. Got a ways to go, don't I?
Yeah. A good inch.
Mm-hmm. It's hard to get your hand in there and get it to do what it needs to do.
Taking the fan shroud out would probably make it a lot easier, but you have to disassemble a lot to get that thing out of here, so we didn't do it.
That's not happening. Too much work. If we hadn't been filming this, well, it would have been about the same length of time. It wouldn't have been much different.
Yeah.
Except for all setting the cameras up and everything. Okay.
Yep.
Now, we're starting to get tight.
All right.
Now I'm screwing into aluminum. When I was screwing into that cast on that engine, I wasn't as concerned. I mean, I don't want to break a bolt or strip it, but when you're going into aluminum, you gotta be careful. You don't want to really put a lot of muscle to it. You just want it good and snug. And if I were you, I'd come back and check these in a week or so and make sure this thing's solid and tight. And you can probably just reach down here with a wrench and make sure those are tight. We saw that it stayed on with one bolt holding it to a bracket.
Yeah.
So
it wasn't very nice to hear, but
we could just check and make sure these are snug. If they're tight, we should be good. Man, I am a happy camper right now. That's snug. Double check these again. I know they're tight, but it's plenty tight. Probably too tight. And that's good, man.
all right, let's reassemble.
Reassemble. First off, fish this back out of here. So it's already around that pulley at the bottom, which that's what we wanted to keep. I think we go over there.
You got a diagram right there in front of you.
Yeah. Under there, over there, and around here. Okay.
And then all you got left is the idler.
How's the belt looking over there? Is it on all the pulleys?
We're good here.
Good on the bottom. Here we go. Yeah, I can get this in there now.
You think?
Get it up there.
There we go.
Thank you, baby Jesus.
That's it, man.
All right. Everything looks to be in place. Double check your diagram. Make sure it's all run properly. And now,
Radiator hose.
radiator hose. I'm going to put my livers on. I don't like getting that antifreeze on me. It stinks.
Yep.
I'm a big baby when it comes to getting stuff on the skin. Uh-oh. I got a few holes here.
It happens.
Oh, they're wet inside because I've been sweating in them, so.
They don't go on the best.
Well,
Good enough for who it's for.
I got big hands, so. These are large gloves, but they still don't fit. Or extra large, whatever the biggest ones I can get a hold of were. All right, get that out of the way. That's going in the trash can. Got antifreeze all over it. Put that bad boy back on there. Can't believe how easy that hose came apart for us.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get one more notch here and see if that don't help. Quit jumping out of my hand. Yep, there we go. I need that other notch.
Got to bring it a little closer together.
Yeah. I always try to line this up the way it was. Like that tab was, you can see right there. Got 2 marks coming this way from these 2 outside tabs, and then the inside tab ended right there. I tried to put it back where it was. I figured.
It's already compressed. Why compress it differently?
Yeah, don't break something else on it down. So.
Up a little higher, right there.
Right there. Yeah, that helps. You can see where that H looking area is.
Mm-hmm.
And this, just line that up and let her ride.
All
Right
right.
Way on there. Problem solved.
Yep.
Air compressor's working fine. Air conditioner's running.
Everything's doing good.
It's not squeaking anymore.
That's always good.
And the pulley's straight.
The pulley's not wobbling.
Woohoo! All right.
All right. Well, we hope you guys found this video to be very helpful and informative. Thank you so much, Mark, for making a phenomenal product. We'll put a link in the description for you guys below. We bought it off of eBay, and he's got a bunch on hand. You can buy it now. You don't have to bid on them. And excellent product. All right. Well, if you guys like what you see and found this video to be helpful and informative, give us that big thumbs up, share with your friends, comment below, and check back often. We got a whole lot more coming, guys.
See you.
Have a good one.